Okay, so let's start today's lecture. Okay, so the last lecture, can you hear me? Can someone confirm?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Okay. So in the last lecture, we discuss about some theoretical part of the natural language processing. So as I promised in the last lecture, in this lecture, we are going to do some practical things. So before I move into the practical things, I wanted to give a quick recap what we discussed in the last lecture. So we discuss about what is natural language and why it came to the picture and what are the ambiguities we have seen in the natural language, and also we have splitted the natural language processing concept into the seven steps. So those are the basic 7 steps we discussed, how the NLP is working, right? Okay, so we discuss very detailed about what is the how the data is inputting, then how the process is happening. So, and also we discuss some keywords like segmentation, stemming, then synthetic analysis, and some semantic analysis. Likewise, what is POS? I mean,
NLP.
some some important key point we have discussed during the last lecture. Okay, so in this lecture I will do 3 practical activities to understand some of concept we have discussed in the previous lecture, right? Okay, so for that I am using the Colab uh, uh, the notebooks, right? So I hope everyone is aware about the Colab. So the programming language we can use, so you know that mostly for the machine learning we use the Python as a programming language. The main reason is that the Python programming language is providing a lot of libraries which we can easily use to do some machine learning stuff, right? So AI related experiment and also for data analysis part. Okay, so that's why the most of the people, so we know that. So I think 10 to 20 years, maybe 10, 15 years back, the Python Python is not a big language, right? So we did not consider Python, but recently with the ML development, so the Python become as a very popular language. The reason is this the free libraries and the easiness of use of the language syntax, right? Okay, so I am using the Colab notebook, but if you have installed some other way, maybe there are some other ways like Anaconda, some ideas you can use to do this practical, but the easiest way you to do this is the Colab. Using your Google account, you can easily access to the Colab research book, right? Okay, so the first practical what I am going to do is how we can uh, do the sentiment analysis using the NLP, right? Okay, so this is the first practical we are going to do today. Okay, so for that I am using a a method or the technique called lexicon based technique, right? Okay, so I will explain this later. So this lexicon based code is a kind of a technique which is used in the predefined dictionary, right? Okay. So dictionary means sense that you know that dictionary in our usual communication we call dictionary as a set of word which listed with the definition, right? Okay. Likewise, in this approach also using a predefined words, right? As example, let me show one dictionary. Sorry, one dictionary. I will go to this. So this is the one example dictionary, lexicon based dictionary. If you look at this, you can see in this column, you can see there are a lot of words, right? There are a lot of words. So you can see usually they have listed some words which are like frequently used when we do the conversation, right? So you can see alarm, likewise there are a lot of and in the next column you can see there is a small number, right? There is a minus number, and for some cases you can see a zero, and for some cases you can see the plus number, right? And also we see another set of numbers in the other column, and in the last column you can see uh, some some separations, right? Okay, so so this is called one of example of the lexicon based dictionary. Okay, so in the let me yeah. So in the when I do the semantic analysis, so I use as I said I am using a lexicon based scoring method. So in this dictionary, the first set of the numbers we are calling this as a polarity scoring, right? The second one we calling this as a subjectivity scoring, right? So this the first set of scoring is indicate how the word is positive or negative, right? So idea is that if you when you look at this dictionary, if you see a word which has a positive number, that means that word is using for the positive things, right? As example, let me show you. Where is the let me, I'm trying to find a couple of words, right? Trying to find good. Okay. So good, right? So good is a word which we are usually using for to communicate positive thing. So you can see the 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 number given to word is 1.9. That means that is a one of positive number, right? And also let's search lovely or something. Okay, so lovely, that's also we are using for positive things, that is 2.8. And also well, I will use some bad. Okay, so see, so bad is a minus number because we are using that to communicate the negative number. Okay, so using this library, I am going to create a sentiment-based analysis small program. The idea is that, as I said in the previous, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the paragraph first, then I'm going to chunk that paragraph to the smaller word. We call that as a uh, what do you call? The name is, let me show you. tokenizing, we tokenizing the words. Likewise, then we are allocating the given the plurality numbers to each of the words, then I'm going to calculate. So based on that, I'm going to say that the sentence is a positive one or negative one. Okay. So, okay. So this is how you can see the dictionary example, and this is how the program is going to calculate. As an example, if you see a comment, the service was excellent, but the food was not bad. So we get the excellent, the given number is 1.0 plus 1.0. Then for the bad, the allocated number is minus 0.6. So the average is 0.2, right? So then we can understand that this is a positive sentence, but the positive rate is very low. It is very near to the zero, right? Because the reason is the statement mentioned that the food was bad, right? That is the reason why the sentence, even though the sentence is a positive one, the score of the positive is very near to the zero, right? Okay. So likewise, I mentioned couple of things here. So you can see good is 0, 7, likewise. So this number is defined based on some mathematical method. We can talk about later. But there are a lot of libraries, right? Lot of dictionaries we can use. I am using only one dictionary, but when you are using the other dictionaries, the numbers might be wrong. That's based on depend on the what do you call the domain, right? So if you are going to use a library for your domain, these numbers might be little bit wrong, right? Little bit different, right? Okay. So as I said, I mentioned here how we can do the calculation step by step. Okay, so let's build this application, right? So let me first. Okay, so I am going to I have access to my Colab book, right? You can simply access to the colab.research.google.com. So once you log to your Google account, it will automatically redirect to this domain. So after you logged, you can start coding or start adding some coding to the notebook. Then you can run then and there and get the output, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is first I am going to install. You don't want to think about the syntax or the how I do this program. You don't want to think about, but just get an idea about what I am going to do, right? So I know that you are not, the most of your people are not the technically specified, not the engineers, so you don't want to think about the syntax or maybe uh, some keyword, but simply get the idea what I am going to do, right? Okay, so first I'm going to install library, as I said. So if we are going to use machine learning or AI deep learning stuff in the Python, first thing is that we have to install the related library. So for that, I am using a library called TextBlob. That is the library connected to the one of dictionary, right? That is the library which is connected to the one of dictionary as I showed, right? Okay, so I install this one. Since I have already installed this, the message is coming like as I already satisfied. If you are doing this installing first time, so you will take some time to get install this library. Okay, so I have installed this library. Then I have created a small program, right? So I will explain one by one quickly. So I am importing this library. Importing means that I am saying to my program that I am going to use this TextBlob library, right? That is the meaning of this line, right? Then I am creating a small condition there, right? The condition is once I give a text to this library, go to your dictionary, then check the plurality scoring, and based on the scoring, give me return an answer like if the score is more than 0, it's a positive, as a positive, and if the plurality score is negative, then give as negative. Otherwise, if it is a 0, then give me as a natural one, right? Okay. So I define my condition here. Then I am going to create a small couple of line to insert my the text, right? Okay. So as an example, so I am running this code. Okay. So the program is running now. So program is asking me to enter a sentence, right? Okay. So I'm giving a small sentence like, this room is good, right? Let's see. Okay. So I gave the small sentence. Then that sentence is moved to the library, what I called. Then inside the library, it's split to the small chunk of the word. Then the remove all the stop word. Then only the meaningful words move to the dictionary to get the result. So based on the result, you can see that the score of based on the score, you can see the whether the answer is positive or negative, right? Okay. So okay, so I will go to one show. Okay, so here you can see I go to this booking.com site. So as a practical scenario, what I'm going to do is I just going to copy a small okay. So here the positive answer, amazing breakfast and good location, very helpful. Okay, I will just copy and trying to paste here to get this review is good or not, right? Okay, so it's saying that this is a good review, right? Okay, and I'm putting one more comment to check. This place is not good. Let's see. Okay, so that's a negative one, right? And also let's try this one. This place is okay or something to see. Maybe it's natural because it's not give either bad meaning or the negative meaning, maybe the positive meaning. So that's why it's saying that it's a natural state. Okay. So that is the first activity. So before we move to the next activity, so do you have any questions about this activity? Okay, so I hope this is clear. Everything is clear in this activity. So if you have any questions, maybe later you can ask for me. Maybe the end of this the first hour, you can ask any question if you wanted to clarify. Okay, so okay, so let me go to the next one. So maybe so okay. Okay, so the next small practical is for text summarization, right? Text summarization also one of point we discuss or the one of the area we discuss which NLP is using heavily. I remember I given some maybe the example as well in the previous lecture. Yeah, those text summarization. Okay, so it's okay. So the second activity is that about the text summarization, right? So okay. Okay, so the text summarization. I'm not sure. Maybe the all drawings. Okay, some drawings are coming. I'm not sure from whom it's coming. So the next one is the text summarization. Okay, so for this text summarization, as I said in the previous lectures, example. So in the most of these NLP processes, once we get some text input, we do a splitting part, right? In the NLP, doing a splitting part, because the reason is without splitting text to a small chunk or small word or without tokenizing, the NLP cannot do their own processing, right? Own processing. So even the ChatGPT is the huge algorithm they are using, but in a nutshell, the most of the large language model, they are doing the splitting part or the tokenizing part in the very initial stage to understand some stuff, right? To understand the input of the user, right? Okay. So in the text summarization, in the previous example, the same thing, right? In the text summarization, in this example, so once we get the text, it's tokenizing to smaller sentence or the smaller word to analyze the text, right? Okay. So then after that, the NLP is using, in this case, in this activity, we are using a method called Lhasa summarizer. There are a lot of algorithms to do the summarize for this what do you call, for this activity. I am using the Lhasa summarization. So it's a let me. So when I clean it. So this Lhasa summarization is the what do you call, the important component of this summarization part. So this is a mathematical method, right? It's a mathematical method used to check the what do you call, the relation between the words. Okay, so I will explain. I will show one example how this Lhasa process is working. But in a nutshell, in this process, this technique is checking how frequently a particular word is used in the given paragraph, and what is the relationship between the each word, right? So based on that, it's automatically remove some unwanted word, and it's try to connect some unique words to give the same meaning of the given paragraph, right? This is the core idea or the core concept or the core process of this the technique, right? Okay, so here I have put uh, some lines how the Lhasa is working. So in the first thing is we is getting the input, then it's creating a matrix based on the word count, right? Based on the word count, it's creating a matrix, right? So then it's so from that matrix, it is reducing some dimensions. Reducing dimensions means like if it is a big matrix. So if you have learned about I know that you are from the science stream, but when it's come to the math stream, there is a process. There is a subject called the matrix addition and matrix multiplication. So in the most of the machine learning works is based on the mathematics side. So in this case as well, like the para is implementing from the mathematic matrix. Then the mathematic matrix we can shrink. I mean, we can shrink to a smaller one, right? While removing uh, some duplicated points, right? Then that so once we remove that the what do you call it? The duplicated points, the program is converting it to the again into the text mode. Then that is the summarized part, right? Okay. So as an example, maybe when I explain this example, you might able to understand. If you don't understand about the concept, just forget about. But I'm just trying to give the some sort of idea how this is happening, because what I'm thinking is, if you are using a program, maybe even the chat GPT, without knowing what is happening in the background, it's a kind of, if you are learning the AI, it is not a good thing, right? So the best thing is using you can use any AI related tool by knowing what is happening in the background, right? Okay. So an example here, you can see I have mentioned three words, three sentences, right? Cat like milk, right? And the next one is dog likes bones. And the third one is cat and dog are pets, right? So from these, I am creating a simple matrix. This is not the exact matrix which Lhasa technology is used. I mean, the Lhasa mathematical method is using, but I'm just use this to explain it in a simple way, right? Okay. So here, what I'm going to do is, I said that all the machine learning models, what we are doing is first to like split into tokenizing the sentence and removing some stop word. So based on from that word, from the tokenized words using for the next process, right? Okay. So once we split it and once we remove the some stop word, you can see cat, like, milk, dog, then paste. Those are the remaining words, right? Okay, so I'm first listing all these words: cat, dog, like, milk, bones, pet. Those are the unique words we can get from the tree center. Then I am in this side, I will put the all three sentences. So you can see the cat is appearing in the dog one, the first one, and the cat is appearing in the second one as well. So as well, right? Okay, because third one as well here, right? Likewise, dog is appearing in the two sentence. What is second sentence and the third one? And the like, this is appearing in the first and second. Likewise, I am creating a small matrix, right? So the next step is, so once this matrix created, so then Lhasa will do a math calculation from to their matrix to understand. Then it's understand like this, right? So cat and dog often appears with the pets, right? So it's obvious that cat and dog is often appears with the pet. So they belongs to a concept of about animals, right? So so both animals. So it belongs to the animals. Then the milk and bones are related to the things animals like, right? So this is what the Lhasa understood, right? The Lhasa understood, right? So if so, then Lhasa now know that there are two pets here, because cat and dog are pet. Then those are belongs to the animals, and milk and bones are related to the animals, right? So if a human is summarizing this, right? They also, the human also think in the same way, right? We can summarize this in a multiple way. One is like animals are like milk and bones, right? Very in a simple manner, right? Or we have a lot of ways to summarize this, right? Even this we have a lot of ways, but that's a one way I can. So then now the Lhasa understand what is the meaning of this word. Then based on this meaning, the next step is to connect the word, right? So either it's connect, like as I said, the animals are like milk and bones, or maybe it's you as a summarize that cat and dog as animals, right? Or likewise, it gives the appropriate summarization based on the given line. So the core is that this matrix and the way the matrix is created during the process, right? Okay. So I believe that you get a at least simple understanding how it is happening. I know that this matrix is complex, it is very difficult to explain, but this is how the mathematical part happening in the background, right? Okay, so let's do a small activity from using this Lhasa, right? Lhasa summarization process, right? Okay. Okay, okay, I will stop the previous one. Okay. The other thing is that if you are using the Colab, this Colab is giving a lot of features, right? It is now it is embedded, I mean, the integrated with the Gemini, which is the NLP. So if you see an error, you can ask that error as well. What is the error? Then you can automatically get it corrected. There are a lot of things here, right? Okay. So now I completed the first practical. Now I'm going to the second practical, right? Okay. Okay. So the second practical, I am using the Lhasa summarization library along, because you know that all the NLP, most of the NLP works, we are doing the tokenization part. So for this one, I'm using the plain text parser, which is passing the text to the Lhasa model. Then I'm using the library called tokenize the word. Then I'm using the Lhasa summarization, which is the main engine, right? Okay. So I will first install all these toolkits, right? Okay, so since I have already run this code before this lecture, I don't want to reinstall it. But if you are using the first time, so you have to install all these libraries. So now what I'm going to the next one is, so I have installed these libraries. Then I am importing all these libraries to my code, my program. Okay. Then I am including one text. This is my input. My input is Dr. Amali had been working long shift at the city hospital for a week, right? With very little rest and back-to-back emergencies. Right? So likewise, I have put the lengthy paragraph here. There's a lot of things I have explained. Let me maybe get it to the word, right? So this is the entire paragraph about the thing, right? Okay, so I have explained that there is a sud her drifted slightly and on. There are a lot of things I explained. Yeah, I'm just trying to like summarize this word, right? Okay. I'm not using here any of GPT model or any of LLM. This is a pure. I'm using pure the initial libraries to do this work, right? Okay. So let me. So then after that, I am giving this as a my input. Then I'm passing this text to the text parser, then executing creating a summarize object to run the tool, right? Okay, let's run the tool. Okay, so once I run the tool, you can see this is the summarized output, right? What is the summarization? Dr. Amali had been working long shift at the city hospital for a week. One night, as she was driving home after 24-hour shift, her eye began to close, right? That is the entire idea of this, right? This sentence also about, so once she worked and once she come back to the home, she uh, she felt very tired when she drive the vehicle, right? So the same thing. This is the same thing. I put some lot of word here to to express that thing. Then the tool extract the similar thing, right? Okay. So I'm going to do a small thing, right? I'm going to GPT, right? I'm going to ask GPT, please summarize summarize below sentences to to line. Let's see what will be the result, right? Okay. So what is saying? After a week exhaust, Dr. Amal Nieto received to driving to home, and he and cascade between the realize the danger of the victim and the committed to the okay. So the same thing, right? The same thing in a different manner, right? Same thing in a different manner. Okay. So there may be some differences because this is advanced LLM, but here the one I used is that very simple method to understand the thing. The using the initial libraries, right? Okay. So same thing I will do. I'm using a small review here. I try to I'm trying to let's put this one as well, right? So here I'm going to this is to a one sentence, right? Maybe one line. Okay. So let's try this. Okay. The family were really present and the responsive. Okay, yeah, the same meaning, right? So the same meaning. So, but it's summarized using the initial libraries. Okay. So this is the second example, the second practical example I wanted to show using the NLP, the using some initial libraries. Okay, so if you have any questions about this activity, you can ask. We have another 10 minutes to do the next practical. So after that, you can ask if you have any questions about this one, right? Okay. Now I'm going to the third practical, right? So third practical is that's also a what do you call? It's a one of another use case which we can use for the name entity recognition, right? So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, from the paragraph or maybe from the given sentence, I'm going to identify some key items like names, organization, then locations, then date, then medical terms, right? So these are the so a couple of items I'm going to identify in this practical. Okay. So for this one, I am using another library, which is in the Python called Sparsy, right? This is one of the most popular language which help to do some natural language processing. During natural language processing, we use this library as well in the because uh, in this library, within this library, this also doing, as I said, tokenizing part. After tokenize this, the library has some dictionaries or some models, we can call as a models. That model can identify the by reading the each sentence or the each word, and the model can categorize the each word whether it is a location or whether it's a name, or likewise it can simply can identify. So as an example, so Apollo Hospital is an organization, right? Then Chennai is there's a geography location, right? Or the location. The March 10 is a date. So likewise, that model has some values to mark whether it's a location or whether it's a name, or likewise for the all name entities, it can that model can identify, right? Okay, so this is how it is working. As I said, this is tokenizing first, then it has some part of a speech component, whether it's a noun or whether it's a verb. So based on that, it's calculate uh, uh, it's give the whether it's a location or whether it's a name, right? Okay, so there are three models in this library: small model, medium model, and some large model. I am trying to use the small model for this example, right? Okay, so okay, first okay, so let me okay. So this is a third practical, right? Okay, so in this case, I am first importing the given library here, and also once I loaded, once I import that, I'm going to load the small library. There are three libraries, as I said. I'm going to import the small library. Then uh, then I have a text to extract the what you call the extract and names and all. I mean the name entities. Then I run this text via the loaded library, right? Okay. So the text what I'm going to try here is that Dr. Priya examined the patient at Apollo Hospital in Chennai on March 10th, 2024. The patient, Mr. Raman, had symptoms of dengue fever and was advised to follow up on March 70. So this has a lot of name, countries, locations, and the dates as well, right? Okay, so I'm going to run this text whether our tool is properly extracting these names or not, right? Okay, so let me run this first. Okay, okay. So you can see this is the output. So the Priya is the person name, right? Priya is the person name. Then Apollo Hospital is an organization. Then Chennai is the geography location. Then March 10th is a date. The Raman is the person. Then March 17 again is the date, right? So this is how you can use a library in the NLP to extract the name entities, right? Okay. So today I explain three what do you call three examples, from the NLPUs. So the first one is the what you call semantic analysis. So if we talk about some use cases like the semantic analysis, you can use even when you are speaking with the patient, you can use the semantic analysis whether uh, the patient is sharing his the comment coming from the patient is good or not. So likewise, you can use uh, for that as well to get the comment. Okay, and the second one is the text summarization. So this is very useful in the medical field. I remember we done a project, I think sometimes back, to summarize. So usually when you are asking a data or about the patient illness, about from the patient is giving a long story, right? Maybe it's contain a lot of like the what do you call, the unwanted word as well, right? So I remember we did a project sometimes back to first record the patient the thing. Then it's when before that patient goes to channel the doctor, there is a device that's mounted in the special location. Before channel the doctor, that patient should tell about his issue, his or her issue. Then the device automatically gets all the key point, detect all the key point, and it's passed to the device which mounted in the near the doctor. To then doctor knows that when a patient comes near to the doctor knows the entire story, and in a summarized way, and with some important values, right? From important values, right? So then the doctors easily give the treatment for the summarized part, right? But if we did this in the manual way, maybe I'm not like maybe doctors can also, or everyone is human, right? Doctors also can miss some important point, right? So this is one of the way we can easily use the text summarization, NLP text summarization in a medical domain, right? Okay. So the last one what we discussed is the name entity tagging. So this is also can you use in the what do you call, in the medical domain as well, to extract the related medical name, and when they get the first treater, then when the doctors who are the doctors channeled. Likewise, you can use this name entity recognition to extract some important name entities from the medical reports, right? So those are the main the things what I wanted to show, or what I wanted to go through, since I have 10 minutes or 8 minutes. Okay. So I'm going small, I'm diverting my discussion to a other way. So I know that everyone, you all are learning about AI. For some cases, maybe you are thinking that maybe AI needed for life. Or for some cases, you are thinking that this is just a course to either we just need to participate and listen. Yeah, you are not doing anything, right? Okay, so I will show you one small example why you need small comment, why you need, even everyone in the world need AI, right? So I'm not sure whether you are aware. There is a email, I think last 1 week or 2 weeks back, shared by one of a company. Fiverr is one of the company. Maybe you also worked in the Fiverr. Most of the doctors are working in the Fiverr, and most of the IT professional also working the Fiverr. The CEO of the Fiverr has shared one email to their team, right? To their team, right? I will pass this email to all of you later. But one thing I wanted to highlight in this email, right? This is the email, right? He mentioned about a lot of things. This is the important part, right? See this important
It's a
part.
card, alright.
Okay, this is the important part. Okay. Okay, so you know that in your domain, there are three tasks, right? There are three tasks. One is the easiest task, right? Other one is the hardest task. Other one is impossible task, right? Even any domain, we have all those three tasks, right? What he's saying that the easy task will no longer exist, right? So, like as an example, if someone is passionate to field Excel, probably that jobs are no longer available, right? And there are some hard tasks, right? There are some hard tasks. But with the AI, the support of AI, though all those hard tasks will become under easy task category, because all the hard tasks we can apply the most of the hard tasks we can apply the AI to convert it to the easy task, right? The other one is the category is the impossible task. All the impossible tasks now become as a new hard task, right? Because with the AI support, we can convert it to the hard task. Even in previously we discussed about the impossible, right? So all of us, right? Even we are working in any domain, the AI will come to us, right? AI will come to us. Then AI will try to replace, or AI will try to do our job, right? At least till some extent. So we have to ready, or we have to fine tune our knowledge, right? Even any domain, right? Even any domain, even I know some AI, some till some extent. Then maybe I will try to replace my job as well, right? So even the lecturer, even the doctor, maybe, right? We don't know, right? So I'm asking again and again all of uh, the you guys who participate for this AI program. So we in our lectures we covering very smaller things, right? Smaller things mean like very minimal area. So I'm requesting everyone to do your research, try to implement AI to your day-to-day activities. We don't have other way, right? Other workaround. So try to implement everything. So what if you learn anything in our lecture, try to do a practically implement, or do some experiment from that. So maybe I know that most of you are using the GPT and you are uploading something and you are getting the result. But GPT is not the only tool you can use. There are a lot of things are happening in the world. The AI. Okay. So yeah, I think that's all in my part. Okay, so we have around 2 to 3 minutes before we start the next lecture. So if you have any question or doubt, or if you need to change this, I am always asking that. If your comment will be the gain for us, and will be change how we are going to present our lectures. Okay, so if you have any other way, or any different way you want to conduct our lectures, please let us know. So we are thinking that the way we are presenting is good, so that's why we are handling in this manner. So if you have any question, you can raise. Otherwise, we can start the Maisha's lecture. So thanks everyone.
Siloshan,
Thank
you
you.
have
Yeah.
there are two questions in the chat. That is
Okay.
related to the first practical you have done, I think.
Okay. So okay. Who did the scoring for this one? Okay. So this is depend on as I said, this will be depend on your domain, right? So the people in the first word, the way the dictionary what I showed is created for the what do you call created for the general purpose, right? That is created by a developer who created that library, right? I explained that is a concept, right? That is a concept. But if you are thinking that if you wanted to create that scoring for your purpose, either you can find out some dictionaries which is created for the medical domain, and you can use it. Maybe in your case, good might be not the positive answer. I'm telling that as an example. The word is good might not be the positive answer for your one. For some cases, the expectation should be excellent. Excellent. If the excellent is the positive one, then you can create based on that, right? So likewise, that dictionary, there are a lot of dictionaries. So you can find out the which dictionary fit for your domain, right? I explained the general one, but maybe you can create your own dictionary, or you can find out some other dictionaries, right? Okay. So the other question is, can we use it as a mood analysis, mental test? Yes, we can use it. But as I said previously, check whether the general one is good. If not, you have to find out the specific dictionary created for your medical domain, right? Yeah, I guess I have explained what is there another question. If there is a way to analyze the video recording in a similar way to describe the method. Okay, yeah. Uh, in okay, so video processing is a huge need a huge effort, right? Because you know that the video analyzing is a kind of analyzing the video frames, right? So video is contains some frames based on the defined frequency, right? So in the most programs or the most models, there are some models. The way the video is analyzing is how the first image attributes is changing compared to the next frame, right? As an example, if you are talking about the 60 fps frame rate video, there are 60 frames is running within a second, right? So there are some applications which is analyzing the first frame, how first frame is changing the next frame, or for some programs converting the 60 fps video to the maybe the smaller rate, maybe the 10 fps or maybe 5 fps, because you know that within the 1-2 millisecond, nothing to there is nothing to change, right? Within when we analyze. But if you analyze the first second frame versus the next second one, there is a small difference. So analyzing the change of the frames will give the description or give the better analysis of the video, right? So the way of analyzing is the image recognition, right? So the work, what I said is the NLP, which is based on the text, but video is based on the images. So it's going to a computer vision side, right? You know that there are two ways, text-based and vision-based in the NLP. The one I have explained is the vision-based thing. The question is related to the one I explained is the text-based. The question is about the vision-based. So if you are wanted to analyze, you have to turn it to the turn all this stuff to the video side, the vision-based thing. So if the vision-based thing is more or less the images, so if your input is video, then you have to analyze the each frames to get it your understanding. Frame rate is there is a minimum number of frame rate that can be analyzed easily. Okay, so this question is related to the processing processing, what do you call that, processing mechanism or processing strength, right? So if you are using you know that, so analyzing is kind of a mathematical kind of a calculation, right? Okay, so if you are using some GPUs which has a lot of power, you can easily convert maybe even the 60 fps video, you can easily analyze. But if you are using very minimal level computer, the processing strength we need is the 60 FPS kind of a video is very high. So your machine, so maybe even though you use the servers, it's not enough, right? Okay, so there is a no minimum frame rate, but let's, as an example, right? As an example, I remember we conduct a small project which is analyzing the ambulance CCTV cameras, right? Ambulance CCTV cameras, right? So what in that project, what we did was we extract the frames of with the range of 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, the video has 60 FPS. Even though video has 60 FPS, we extract one frame of each with the difference of the 5 seconds, right? Every 5 seconds, we are getting one image and then analyzing whether that patient is having some maybe emergencies within the ambulance, right? We know that once we get the ambulance, we giving the proper treatment, but the idea of that is that to analyze whether ambulance staff is properly giving the required treatment, and once they treated, whether the patient is having some issues until that patient is reached to the hospital, right? So there is the answer is for your question, there is no minimum frame rate. The frame rate will be defined by you. If you are trying to analyze maybe the cricket match, how the ball is moving, you need to find out, you need to analyze very maybe 5-6 frames within the 1 second, because the ball is moving very fastly. But if you are going to analyze maybe some general things, maybe analyzing one frame within the 1 frame per second might be useful, might be okay, right? So the answer is there are no minimal number. That's depend on your problem, right? Okay. Those are good questions. And also, I forgot about to tell one thing. That is, okay, so in my next lecture, we are going to talk about some generative adversary network, how GAN is working. GAN is, that images related stuff. So in that lecture, I will explain a lot of things about how you are creating images, what is the concept of image, blah blah, everything. So in this lecture, I will try to explain some of stuff related to this computer vision. Okay, so good. Thanks for asking those questions. So those are actually good thing. So even others can understand and get some knowledge from that. Okay, thanks, Maisha.
No, thank you, Siloshan. Let me share my screen. Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Siloshan did a great explanation
Good evening.
about the concepts of natural language processing. So I think last week we discussed about, last week also we discussed about NLP, and also I was explaining about a tool called Lutra. So some of the concepts that I have explained there, I think Siloshan explained very well today. So I think you all have a very good understanding about natural language processing now. And so far, we have done neural networks, natural language processing, and some of the, you all learned about some of the large language models and how to create your applications using an API like ChatGPT, and also how to deploy DeepSeek locally and use it. And we did those type of things. Today also I am going to do, I always talk about pre-trained models while Siloshan is explaining in detail about the concepts. And how you can practically create those applications from the beginning. But I am explaining most of the time how to use a pre-trained model. So I just want that you to not to confuse about those two. That's why I mentioned about that. Today also I'm going to explain about a tool called OpenBio LLM. That is a large language model. That is a pre-trained large language model. So I have included this slide to summarize about what are the most famous large language models these days. So out of all, I selected OpenBio LLM. So you can't access this model directly, but this is an open source model. You can get it downloaded and you can try it out because this is specific to medical domain. So in this slide, I have put all the links to the famous large language models because I want you to go through each of these models and try out some prompts on these platforms so that you can identify the difference between those large language models. So you already know about ChatGPT and DeepSeek and maybe all the other models. I have discussed about Llama also, and Gemini is famous now. Gemini 2.5 has been released, the pro version. So you can try it out, but there are limitations. But there are a lot of amazing features available in Gemini 2.5. And Claude is a very highly capable large language model. So you have to try out that as well. So before going to next slide, I want to show you some of the video clip that I have found. I wanted to share it with you. I'll share this with you. You can try it out later. This Dr. Mike explained about he's doing a comparison about large language models by giving some of the prompts. So you can easily recognize the difference if you are using these models in your day-to-day work. It is better to know the difference and how accurate those models are. So that doctor's explanation is good, and also he has a lot of other videos as well. So you can follow him if you are interested. And here also I have put a comparison of large language models, since I know that most of you are using ChatGPT. Here in the comparison, there's ChatGPT 4, the turbo version, that is very good, but that is also not specifically provided for a medical healthcare domain. So we can use it in clinical use cases, medical question and answering and diagnosis process. But you have to carefully analyze the result that you are getting, and you just better to use it as just as an assistant, all of these tools. But ChatGPT is better than all the other tools. But still there is a problem with that because it is not specifically for healthcare. And from security wise also it is better, but there are other problems with that because it is not open source. You cannot get it download and you can't work with it like we did with DeepSeek. So there are limitations like that. And Claude is very good large language model. But also the same problem. If you look at the second column, you can realize those are not, the accuracy is very low of these tools. Out of all these tools, I found this OpenBio LLM tool is a good tool for the medical domain because it is trained on medical data. So it is recommended for clinical use cases. And also it is a open source tool, so you can securely work with it, and you can write your own apps using OpenBio LLM tool. So the difference is all these other tools are general purpose tools. OpenBio LLM is also a pre-trained model, but specifically trained on medical data. And here I found these comparisons also from ChatGPT. So, but when I checked in the other tools also, most of the result is similar most of the time. Like OpenBio LLM was recommended by most of the tools. So that's why I have selected that one for the demonstration today. So 60 to 80% medical data. It is trained on 60 to 80% of medical data, and all the other tools are like that, very low percentage indicates. Okay, so you better to go through these descriptions as well. So Gemini, if you talk about Gemini's, there is a Google product. So you might have heard about MedPalm 2. So we always hear a lot about MedPalm 2, but it is not openly available for use. Even we can't use the API of MedPalm 2 at the moment. But I think sooner in the future it will be released, and Google will provide a lot more tools like that for the medical healthcare domain. So there are a lot of information available in the web, but none of those tools are available for use. They are doing experiments on those tools which are related to medical. But Gemini, that is the large language model we use most of the time, but we can't rely on that. And DeepSeek has this problem, so that cannot be recommended. But it is easier to use DeepSeek model. We can download it and we can pre-train that model with our own data, and we can use it. I know some of the companies who are using it in that way, for their own domains, they can train on their own data and use. Okay, so the Grok is it's a new one, so provided by Elon Musk, but still it is not trained on healthcare data, so we cannot recommend that as well. For medical relevance, if we categorize, there's a high medical focus on OpenBio LLM. I would like if you read more about this. I saw a lot of research are going on this tool, based on this tool. So in some of the research papers, I saw this is cited, this OpenBio LLM tool they have used. Yeah, it is used for clinical side and also question and answering diagnosis too, as a diagnosis tool. But even though I mentioned those things, all those tools are, we can use these tools only as an assistant tools. So GPT-4, Claude, Gemini, these tools are general tools. We requires fine tuning if you use DeepSeek, Llama or Mistral like tools. So I have done a demonstration how to use DeepSeek by writing a piece of code using Python. You can get it done, but I didn't do how to fine tune this model. So today I will show you how to fine tune a model by using a coding example. Okay. If you explain about this tool, this is a open source tool. This is specifically designed for healthcare applications. Healthcare application. This is based on Llama 3 architecture, but it is trained on medical data, fine-tuned on medical data. So we can use it for to create applications in healthcare. So this is provided by Sama AI Labs. There is a website, you can go there and see a lot of information about them. Yeah. Okay. The key features are in this model there are model variants available. Two variants. It is 70 billion parameter model and 8 billion parameter model. Today I am going to use 8 billion parameter model. For 70 billion model, you need more resources. Like I don't have that much of GPUs because I'm going to use it in Google Colab. So I'm going to use 8B with the provided resources in Colab. But this is the better one, 70B. I say this is a better one because when these parameters are higher, it is more capable of handling complex problems. It can recognize complex patterns. So more capacity of the model to learn complex patterns. So, but for the moment, I'll use this one, training data. This is fine-tuned on diverse data set covering 3,000 healthcare topics across more than 10 medical specialists, ensuring comprehensive biomedical knowledge. And training techniques. It utilizes advanced methods. So performance-wise also, it has demonstrated good results in biomedical data. So we can, to some extent, we can recommend this one to do your experiment and see whether you can use this to build the application that you want. If you read more about this one, you might already know about Hugging Face. So I recommend you to go to Hugging Face and try out the models available in Hugging Face. There are not only models, there are a lot of things for you to learn. If you use Hugging Face, you can create your own spaces and you can deploy your own models very easily in Hugging Face. And you can do a lot of experiment other than doing it in some difficult methods. This platform is already there, so you can use it. So I'll send you the link for Hugging Face when you have time. Look at this as well. Okay, in here, you can get this model from Hugging Face. There are a lot of models in Hugging Face. Like last time I downloaded DeepSeek also from here. Okay. This is indicated as best performing medical domain. You have to go through this one as well. The license, Meta Llama license. So we can anyway rely on it. Okay, there are all the details here related to this model that I am going to use today, 8B and 70B model is also there. So if you look at okay, there is a leaderboard. By looking at the leaderboard also, you can get an idea about these models. In this leaderboard, okay, I'll show you the leaderboard in Hugging Face. That is also available in Hugging Face platform. So let me share that link. If you go to that leaderboard, it compares all the medical related large language models here. So all the pre-trained models are shown with this green color circle and fine-tuned models with this diamond. So this MedPalm is a pre-trained model. GPT is a pre-trained model. But these are fine-tuned models. So it is fine-tuned by training with large amount of medical data. So here see the rating. The average rating is around 86. So it is shown on top of this one. And also related to each area, there is a separate rating given. So it is evaluated on these data sets. That's why it is mentioned as a column. So MedQA data, Med question and answering data set is used to evaluate all these models. After evaluating these models on those data, it is given this rating. So it is specified what are the data sets that they have used to evaluate these models. So you can get an idea on how can it perform better in these areas. Clinical knowledge data, it is evaluated on clinical knowledge data, and then the rating was given as 92. So it is fairly a good rating. So likewise, you can evaluate these models here. So I think this link also will also be a useful link for you all to evaluate these models. Okay, here I have put a slide also by mentioning the data sets. It has been used to evaluate these models. Okay, before moving to fine tuning, I'll show you the sample code that I have created. Before that, let me show you this LinkedIn page, which is related to this model. Okay, here you will find all the details that you want to find about this model. So I'll share that with you. You can have a look at it later. There is this 8B model and also seven to be model. Let's move to the sample code that I have written. Okay, I am also going to use Colab to demonstrate how to use this model. So I have created the very simple application here using this model, the model called Llama OpenBio LLM. So here, this is the Google Colab platform. I think you already have the link as Siloshan also did explain about this. Okay. If you go to this platform, you can easily execute your Python codes here. So I'll quickly explain what I have done. This is a medical question and answering app using this model. So, you know, even we can use ChatGPT as a medical answering app. So we can create our prompts and get the answers for those. So like I explained, the specialty of this tool is, so it is trained on healthcare data. So now, first of all, I have to install necessary libraries. So install required libraries. First of all, I'll explain the code little later. And since I have already here, you can see these blocks. We can click on code cell below. So this block is called a code cell. If you insert a cell, you can write a piece of code here. So you can put all the related codes together and create a code block like this. So we call it a cell. So you can insert a cell and write your code. But I'll explain you an easy way how to create these type of codes and get it executed by yourself. This is a very simple application. So you can do it by yourself. After I have done this demonstration, I'll show it to you how you can do it by yourself. Okay, so you have to, in any application like this, you have to install necessary libraries. So with this command, you can install these libraries and then you have to import whatever the packages you need from those libraries. So that's why we put the import here, and we import torch from transformers. Import then import auto tokenizer. Likewise, we do all the necessary installation and then all the imports. And here in this cell, I have included the put the code which is related to loading the model. So this is the name of the model. So how can you find the name of the model? Here I am using this one as I told you. I would prefer this one as I am going to create an app in medical domain. So this one, this name I copied from Hugging Face because in this application it is going to get from Hugging Face. So I have to give the link of the Hugging Face. So here there is the name. So there is this little copy button. You can copy it to clipboard from here and then bring it to your notebook. We normally call this as a notebook. So in my notebook, I have this much of cells. So in these cells, I have written these code blocks. So then I copied it from there and then like this, I pasted in here. So that is the model name. And then the model is loaded like this using auto model for casual causal LMs. So here you can find, sorry, I'll show you how to get that explanation. Click on these 3 dots and then explain code. So it will explain this block. So it will explain why we are going to use all of these statements. So we will use this one to load the model. So this was imported here so that we can use it here. It's like that you have to try to understand these Python codes. I think it is not possible for us to do a separate course for Python or a long session for Python. One of the best way to learn Python is get the support from ChatGPT and write your own codes to do little examples. like this one and also the ones explained by Siloshan, you can give the description from your own language to ChatGPT and ask it to create a Python code and bring it here and execute it. And then ask this tool to explain the code. Then you can learn easily in that way. So at the beginning, you can write a small coding. And then this one also, here also, there is no big logic. It just imported all the libraries and you are using those libraries to load this model. And after, when you are loading the model, there are, within brackets, there are certain parameters that you have to specify. So actually, I put this line also in order to avoid an error. I have to create this offload folder. Then that folder will be created here. So like that, I have to do a little modification to that. So it is very easier for you to do it in that way and learn Python. Anyway, this is to load the model. So I'm not going to in detail. I'll explain it in high level, then you will be able to understand it easily. So then define the medical QA function. Okay, once the model is loaded, it is there in the model parameter. So this is a method. In that method, you pass these parameters and the model is loaded to the model variable. And then we are defining a function here to answer the medical questions. So this defines that function here. So there is a prompt. In the prompt, this is like a template. So the instruction is given, answer the medical question accurately and concise. Question. So here there is a parameter question. So here also there's this parameter question. So when we call that function, answer question, the question will be passed into this one. So what is holding the question? This is the question. What are the symptoms of pneumonia? So this is the question. So you will pass this question to this method, answer question. So answer question is defined here. So inside the answer question, the prompt is defined. The question you have passed, that is, what are the symptoms of pneumonia, is here when you are calling the function. That question will be used within the template. Then this template will be evaluated with this question. So this is dynamic. Right. Okay, in this function, the inputs, the prompt, hold the prompt. So prompt is passed to the tokenizer and it is taken as the input. And then the outputs. These parameters will be passed to when model will be used to generate the output. So we define the model here. This is the model. So now the model will be used here. Model.generate. Using the model, it will generate the output. When generating the output, we have to pass these parameters. What are the max-new tokens? Do sample true, temperature you can specify. So these meaning of these parameters you can find by asking this to explain the code using the explain code option. Okay. So when generating the output, now it holds the output parameter and then the response. The output will be decoded and by the tokenizer and assigned to the response parameter. And this method will return the response. Okay. Okay, after that, this is all about this method, answer question method. So where we are going to use answer question method? In here, in this block. So we will define a question and using the answer question, we will pass the question into it and we'll get the response. And then print method will print the question and the response. So here I have executed all these blocks. That's why the right sign is there. So there are no errors. So it is executed well. That's why you see the green. Otherwise, the red icon will appear. Okay. Since I have executed now, it says, what are the symptoms of pneumonia? So I have hard coded these two questions. In the next block, I'm going to give my own input and get the output. But in this block, in order to test this code, I have put this one. Okay. My question is this answer. This model gave the answer like symptoms of pneumonia include cough with these things. Okay. Now okay, I have put another block which allows me to give my question. So I'm going to give an input and it will take that input. It already asked the question, right? Ask a medical question or type exit. So this is a loop. We call it as a loop. So within this loop, it is asking me to input a question. But if I type word exit here, it will exit from the loop. Otherwise, I can ask any number of questions here. For example, let me ask a question. Okay, I am going to ask what are the symptoms of vitamin B deficiency? So it is generating the answer now. So what it does is if question equal exit, then print exiting medical QA app stay healthy. And break. Break means it exit from the while loop. Otherwise, it will take the input, take the question, and it will pass, that parameter will be passed to the answer question method. This method will be called here and get the response and will print the response. So this part will be done only if the word I type here, not the exit. So in that way, this piece of code will be executed as long as I input my questions here. So that is little bit about Python coding. But anyway, I am using this model. So that model is trained, as I explained, with a lot of medical data. Because of that, it can answer very well related to any medical questions. So this is already fine-tuned model, but let's say if you have your own data set that can be used to train a model, And right now, if you are using this model, then you can fine tune this model with your data also. What I have shown in my slides are the data they have used to train, fine tune the llama model with medical data, but we also can fine tune with our own data. Like same way we can get a general model like DeepSeek and use DeepSeek here, and we can write a piece of code to fine tune DeepSeek with our own data. So I will show you a piece of code that I have written for that as well. But the main purpose of today's session was to show you how it is you can write your own code and using a very simple method like that, you can create your own apps. So this is the most basic level of app you can try out. So before moving to fine tuning a part, let me show you how you can create your own application like this. Okay, what you have to do is you have to go to ChatGPT, and if you can do it with me with together, then I think you will get an idea on what I'm going to do. It will be easier for you to do it later for the complex problems as well. So this is a very simple one. So if you have open ChatGPT, you can give something like this, not exactly the same. Create a medical question answering app using OpenBio LLM and provide me the Colab notebook file. I told it to first of all create this app, then it will show me the full coding that it has written, the entire script, and then provide me the Colab notebook file. If ChatGPT create me the file that I can upload to Colab notebook, then it is easier for me. And also I told it to clearly include the code comments by explaining the code. Then I know what is happening in the code without even using the code explanation feature provided in Colab. I can understand the code. It will include, if it has include the comments, code comments. That is anyway a good habit if you are coding. Okay, I'll show you how this Colab notebook file works. If you want, I'll give this prompt, then you can straight away type it in ChatGPT if you have open ChatGPT. Not only ChatGPT, you can use any other tool, other large language models. Most of the large language models are providing that feature. You can generate codes in most of the languages. I created this also using ChatGPT because otherwise it takes time if you are going to do it. But if you really want to learn Python, you can try out by yourself. Okay, here is the Colab notebook file for the medical question answering app. Okay, I can download it. Okay. Here I am going to open a new notebook. If you are logged to Colab, Google Colab, what you have to do is go to the file menu and get a new notebook in Drive. Okay, you have a notebook like this. If you have any question, you can ask me now. If you are doing it with me, let me know if you have a problem with that. Okay, if you have opened this new notebook, then what you have to do is yes. Uh, you can, yeah, in the next one I'll show it to you. In my after this one I'll explain. Okay. In here, what you have to do is you have to upload notebook. Go to upload notebook from here, file, upload notebook. If you couldn't generate this file yet, I can send it to you. Or download this file. Download that one and go to upload notebook and browse. Like this. If it is taking time to upload, then close it and do it again. Go to file and upload notebook. Sometimes there is a problem. It's hanging and doesn't allow us to upload. So then close it and do it again from the beginning. Okay. Here I have uploaded the notebook generated by ChatGPT, this file, IPYNB with the extension. And you have uploaded. Then it is nicely formatted like this. So you can, the code will not be similar every time, but you can write the code as you want, as long as your logic and the syntax and everything is correct, code logic mainly, then you don't have to worry. So I have got it like this. I just wanted to show you how to upload a file generated by this one. And then you can execute one by one these blocks. When you click on first one, then it will, but it won't allow me to do it now because in Colab also there are problems when you are using many sessions. I have 2 active sessions. Let's see whether it is allowing me to do this. The other thing you have to remember is you have to select from here, from this little arrow, change runtime type and select T4 GPU. Otherwise, you won't be able to execute even this this model. I think I can't do that because I have 2 sessions right now, so it is too much. I don't think it will allow me to do it. This will be probably will not be executed. But anyway, what you have to do is, in your case, you have to change the runtime type to GPU. Otherwise, this 8P model, even the 8P model, you won't be able to execute. That is too much. And here, the other problem is, when you generate the code like that, sometimes it cannot find the model name correctly. Then what you have to do is, then you will see it when you are going to execute this one, you will get an error. I can't go there because I haven't completed these steps. But anyway, when you are executing this one, there will be an error in here. So what you have to do is, you have to copy the model from here, the name, and you have to paste it here. And you will get, sometimes you will get some more errors. Then copy the error message that you are getting and paste it here in ChatGPT. Most of the time, because ChatGPT is the one who generated the code, it will give you, because it has the history in the same session, you can give the error message that you have got. Give the error, then it will tell you what to do. It will give some, probably it will generate the corrected code for you, or give some instruction for you on how to correct the this coding. Okay, so it's like that. And anyway, remember that when you are executing these things, it will take some time. So this little application you can run in Colab only if you give these GPUs. That also you have to remember. And I told you, you can do the same thing in Hugging Face also. In the Hugging Face also, I have created the same app. And that code I was trying to execute in Hugging Face, but it didn't allow me to do that because of the limitations of the Hugging Face. I couldn't do that. Here also, in the Hugging Face also, I have these files that I have created. So we can use Hugging Face also as a repository and also as a place that you can create your own space and deploy your applications like this and execute. But while executing, I got this error because it doesn't have enough resources to run that one. So I gave it up and I came to Colab and did it. And also there is another platform like called Kaggle. In Kaggle also I was able to execute this. So in all these platforms, there are limitations. But I recommend for you to use Google Colab. It is very easier and there are a lot of features that you can use like that. And the next part is fine tuning. If you want to fine tune this model, OpenBioLLM, we straight away used it as a chatbot to answer medical questions. But now I want to fine tune. So in that case, I generated the code for that also. Yeah, I told ChatGPT to modify the Colab notebook file or modify the code. Let me quickly do that also. modify the code to fine-tune OpenBio LLM and provide Colab notebook file. Clearly include the code comments. Will generate the code for me to fine-tune. Until it is creating the code, let me explain what I have created previously for fine-tuning. Okay, here also we have to install dependencies, and then the question you ask, prepare your dataset. So you might have your own dataset like this. So you have instructions like your questions and answers. Uh, like this. What are the symptoms of vitamin D deficiency? How to treat high blood pressure? Like that, there are a lot of questions. Here there are only 3, but you might have a huge database like this. So these sample data you can import from a file even. So here I have just put a sample. Okay, in the JSON format, it will keep like this in sample data. And then load the model and tokenizer. So it will load the same model. Model will be loaded. And then prepare for fine tuning. This is the part, the code, piece of code that it used to fine tune. So what is LoRa? LoRa is a, it means low rank adaptation. That is a parameter efficient fine tuning technique. That means we don't have to that much of memory and compute requirements when we use this one. So it will reduce these memory requirements if we use LoRa. So this is that you have to. Okay. Anyway, datasets. Load and tokenize dataset. So you have the dataset now. Dataset will be loaded. It's in JSON format. It is in medical QA JSON. So you can see it here. And it will be, that dataset will be used for training the model. Here also again you will see the template, the same thing. And then it will do, this is the format example, and then it will do the fine tuning here. So I cannot execute this right now. So when it is executed, it will create a directory here. Here you can see it. And it will keep these checkpoints. You can specify all the report learning rate and all these things. So you learn these things when Siloshan explained these things very well. So you will use those techniques here to train the data set. And then trainer.train. This will train the model. So it will train the model using the dataset that you are provided. So I'm not going to go through line by line, but in high level, that is happening. And it will save the model. So this is the model. You can see it if I executed it in here. And the step 8, test your fine-tuned model. Now you are going to test whether this model works. This is the fine-tuned model. Okay. The test results will be printed here. So it will use the same function, ask medical question, and use this template, and will print the result here. That is for testing the fine-tuned model. Define QA function, question and answering function. So yeah, here it is define the function again, and then yeah, the same thing that I have explained in the previous example. So you can give an input like this and get the output on the fine-tuned model. So this is the code. A similar code you can generate by ChatGPT. So if you ask ChatGPT to create a medical app using like this, explain step by step. So if you give a prompt like this, create a medical question answering app using Open BioLLM, explain step by step. It will explain you step by step how to do that, and it will give these codes and the explanations as well, like that, step by step, so you can get a better idea. After it gave this result, at the end, it is asking me now, would you like the above step converted into downloadable Colab notebook? Then you have to just say yes. Otherwise, if it is not asking this message, you can ask it to create the Colab notebook for you. Then you can download it and upload to Colab and try executing it there. But you will get some problems. So you have to step by step execute it and find the problems and fix them. And then you will be able to create a little application like this. So you can try out. If you have any question, you can ask. So yeah, let me quickly explain. There are a few of the slides, remaining slides. Okay. Yeah, why do you want to fine tune? If you want to, as example, if you are using a general large language model and you want to fine tune it to a specific domain, then you can find a data set of that particular domain, like healthcare, and train that data set on that model. Then you can fine tune the model. So why fine tuning? So you know why it is needed. When do you fine tune? General conversations. Yeah, if there are general conversations like we always do in chat with ChatGPT, no need fine tuning. But when you are specifically going to use the model for medical report generation, ICD code generation, answering patient specific questions like that, in anything related to medical, then you need to fine tune. Yeah, start with the pre-trained model. Start with the pre-trained model, like these pre-trained models, like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and all these models, not the one that I have explained today, all the other models which are in the list were trained on dataset, common datasets like Wikipedia and the data available internet and the general data. So because of that, you have to prepare a task specific dataset and use for training, fine tuning. Okay, that's all for the session today. I took extra 15 minutes. Yeah, if you have any problem related to these models or the Python coding or whatever or anything, you can ask. Was it useful for you?
Yeah.
Dr. Duminda, I think you also can, in order to go through those steps, get some more support from ChatGPT, and also I'm looking at that one.
Okay.
So yeah, it will give you the guidance like this. I was explaining this today because it will be helpful for you all if you want to create apps like that. So then it's learning like putting a huge amount of time to learn Python is not going to work. So in this way, I think it is easier for you all. So you can quickly generate the source code and go to Google Colab. Colab give a lot of facilities for you to understand the code. So there are little things that you have to uh, understand in this in this coding. So
Yes.
some of the terms you are not familiar. So then I'm also familiar very well with Java and C++, but I can understand Python code. But since you are in medical domain, it will be hard for you to understand. But at that time, then and there, you can use those tools. In Colab, all the facilities are there. And also, ChatGPT is a good teacher in teaching coding in any language. So you can use both and understand the code and try it out. Definitely, you will get some errors. So we have to then we have to troubleshoot and find why it is happening. Sometimes, most of the time, you will get errors related to the incompatibility of the libraries that you are going to use. Because ChatGPT, these tools might not give you the exact version that you want to use related to a specific code. For example, when I want to run this model, there were some library mismatch. When fine tuning, I found that. Still, I couldn't fix the issue. So I'm looking at it right now. That's why I couldn't show the output of the fine tuning part. Yeah, it's like that. So anyway, the purpose of this session was today that there is an ability to fine tune a model, a pre-trained model. You can fine tune and use for your purpose. I wanted to demonstrate it to you. Yeah, so I think you better to find more and more about these concepts that you are learning in the session. Then you will be able to try it out by yourself. When you are familiar with these tools, that's why I provided a lot of large language models as well in the first slide. So you better to go through all these large language models and find. Sometimes you might find a better tool in coding other than ChatGPT. So whenever I couldn't find the answer in ChatGPT, I go to Copilot. There's a tool called Copilot to generate code. So I find the answer from there. So like that, you cannot rely on one tool. So better to know, be familiar about all these tools. So even when you want to learn the basic concepts of AI, like machine learning, NLP, neural network, and all those things, the best place to find those information is these large language models. So go
Mahesh,
through.
one thing that actually I also thought of, like since we have around another 6 to 7 weeks to complete this, we can select 1 week to like educate all of these people about this programming. Like if everyone is interested, so how we can start
Yeah.
Python or how we can start Java.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, right. So if anyone is interested, just let us know so that we can arrange one session completely 2 hours to from the scratch to be a master of the, not a master actually, to understand what is the Python and how we can deal with the Python. So we can arrange that kind of session. So we both can arrange some slides as well if all of you interesting. But in, so why we are not covering that part is that since you are in the some other domain, and you, the ambition of this session is to understand some sort of the AI things, to get the knowledge about the keyword related to AI. Because of that, we are just trying to cover the concept only with some practical knowledge and some given tools, but we are not trying to dig more about the programming stuff. But if anyone is interested, we can arrange either separate session, or either within that lecture series we can arrange a 1 day, 1 week to explain all those stuff if interest. So let us know if interest, so maybe next week so we can arrange one session for that.
I think Dr. Senani and Dr. Duminder wants to create applications, some of the, to address some of the problems that they have come across. So because of that, I think it is useful for them to learn Python. That's why I wanted to include that part today also, but we cannot, like Siloshan said, we cannot do it like this. So
Yeah,
actually,
we
it's a
can if
not.
you can arrange a separate session. I think it will be useful. But I don't know others' idea. But yeah, I understand, and when we going in deep, we need this
Yes,
coding for going for
yes,
in
yes,
advance developing application like that. But I asked from you similar to what is that. In my case, I have to analyze the similar to visually video like things. So it, as Dr. Siloshan explained, probably it a kind of video analysis.
yes. Dr. Senani also has a similar problem, video analysis related problem. So I think Siloshan is planning to do some session related to that, right, Siloshan?
Yes,
Related to
yes,
video
the
analysis.
topic. So
Yeah.
what we can do, Mahisha, so in the maybe coming lectures, so regarding this, since people are asking about the video thing, so we can first cover that image object annotations,
Yeah.
and then we can move to the how we can apply the same concept to the video. Then the guys can understand how we can implement the video analysis part.
Siloshan, We can arrange workshop for that if we need to go deeper. We can arrange one workshop within 4 hours, so we can complete.
Yeah, that's also fine. Yeah, if the people who join here is interested in that area, so we can definitely arrange a session. Yeah,
Yeah, that
let's
should be
yeah.
that would be great.
How we are going to do it?
Mahisha, actually, let's discuss separately, so
Okay,
then we can like do in a like the convenient way to all of you. So let's discuss this separately.
separately.
Yeah, the
That's
coordinator,
better.
then we can approach how we are going to give that session. Okay, I think that's okay. So there's another question. It is free to have. So Maisha,
Free
do
or
you
to,
explain this Hugging Face thing? So Hugging Face is a free platform that people
yeah,
can
but
go
there are
there.
some limitations.
Correct,
So
correct.
yeah,
That's what I
in
mean to say.
actually the
Mhm.
certain things I was unable to do in Hugging Face
Correct.
because Colab was better when considering to Hugging Face in certain areas.
Yeah, from the model perspective, actually, if you are using the Hugging Face model to collab, there is no restriction. So even you are using in your desktop, you can use the model. But for some models, you have to pay and get the model because the people are not training models for free of use for everyone. They always release first couple of versions to the people to attract their model. Then the next couple of models probably they will give to the interested people by getting some money. So that's how the open source concept is actually.
Yeah, this OpenBio LLM is free to use. Yes, that is
Easy to use.
open
Yeah.
source. But Hugging Face, yes, it is available in Hugging Face. So you can get it from Hugging Face. Free. Yeah, but we can't say Hugging Face is free. But Hugging Face, we recommend for you to like a learning platform. You can learn about it's like a machine learning hub. So you have data sets there, you have all the models there, you can try out those models, and you can do many things. And there are, if I found there are papers related to this model, OpenBioLLM. So those are also referred in the Hugging Face. There are references. So there are links. You can go directly from there. So related to a particular model, you can explore all the details from there. But it depends on the model that you are going to use. It is OpenBioLLM. Okay, you can use it from there. Certain models like DeepSeek also, they are in Hugging Face, and also separately you can get it, download and use it. Like that, it is like a repository, Hugging Face. And also a place where you can have your own space and create your examples you are doing. You can keep it there and deploy it there and try it out, but not for the commercial use. If you are using it in commercial, I mean, if you want to use it, there are some other ways you can do it. So even though we are executing the code in Colab or Hugging Face or any other platform, you can do the same thing using your own tools. Maybe some of the people are familiar with some other tools other than using these platforms. I am using Visual VS Code editor to write Python code. And last time I demonstrated the API using ChatGPT API example, writing the code in VS Code, Visual Code. And I use the Streamlit as the UI framework. And then I could execute it in my local environment, local host. So I deployed it locally. Like that, there are separate ways that we can build apps and execute it without relying on any of these platforms. We can do it by our own. But the most important thing is I found OpenBioLLM is for free and very good model. So after doing a lot of research, so most of the other pre-trained models, especially in healthcare domain, was not that much of capable of in developing these type of applications. And also I found there is something called MONAI that can be used in radiology, creating radiology in analyzing CT scan, medical images like related to radiology. Okay. Okay, then we'll discuss the other things later. Thank you very much for everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.